Well, meantime, a battle is brewing between the Pentagon and all of our nation's governors over an Air Force proposal to realign more than a dozen Air National Guard units into the Space Force. Governors say such a unilateral move is illegal and threatens the ability of Guardsmen and women to quickly respond to natural disasters and other emergencies. So let's bring in NewsNation's Evan Lambert, who is live for us there in Washington. And Evan, there are real questions as to whether this idea will even get off the ground.
Nichole, and just today, the Pentagon responded to some of those concerns expressed by a group of bipartisan members of Congress, also those governors that you mentioned. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin speaking to senators earlier today in a hearing saying that the Pentagon is reaching out to the governors that expressed frustration over this plan that would take those Air National Guard members and put them under the purview of the Space Force. But he did not say whether or not this policy will ultimately survive or be rescinded if it passes in this latest round of considering the National Defense Authorization Act. Take a listen to the Secretary of Defense.
This measure will affect, I believe, a small number of people, but certainly, I understand the governor's concerns, and we owe it to the governors to engage them on it, and that's why Secretary of the Air Force has recently engaged them personally on this issue.
So the Department of Defense first announced this proposal in March, but just over the last week or so, you saw these letters trickle in. One of them, 85 members of Congress from both parties expressing frustration with the Pentagon over the policy, and so have governors from all 50 states who activate the National Guard. This is a wrinkle for the Biden White House, with members of his own party questioning a policy. In the letter from members of Congress, those members say, quote, "To be clear, when individuals sign up for the National Guard, they are serving their country and their community. Congress shouldn't abandon this model." They also asked the Armed Services Committees to reject this proposal as they consider the National Defense Authorization Act. One of those governors who is speaking out is Texas Governor Greg Abbott, saying in his own letter that this proposal, quote, "poses an intolerable threat to the Texas National Guard. That proposal would give the Secretary of the Air Force unilateral authority to transfer Air National Guard units to the Space Force without first obtaining gubernatorial consent." Now, the Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, in this hearing earlier today, did say that this policy is not dissimilar to what happened when the Space Force was first stood up. What they did was take members of other branches of the military who focused on space and move them over to the Space Force as it was created. Nichole.
All right, Evan Lambert, live for us. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.